What did you do that made them just want to say harsh things or cut you off so coldly, like you mean so little? Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla Jade, and this is the Spirit Goddess. Okay, so we're back with another intuitive message today. As per usual, driving around, and I got the message, so I was like, I need to find a nice spot and talk it through with you guys. So, you're a sensitive soul, right? You're a sensitive, and you're a loving, and you're an emotional soul. That's who you are. You're a lover, not a fighter. And you would only give people your love. Of course, if they cross you, if they hurt you, I'm not saying you can't turn around and tell them what for, but always, first and foremost, you're a lover, not a fighter. You're a sensitive person. You're a giver. Want people to know their worth, and you give them love. And you don't give them love because you want it in return, and yes, of course, that's nice, but it's who you are, and you just hope that you also attract people in your life who are willing to do the same. Mostly this could be romantically, but this can be platonically, this can be with family, anything. So, you're a lover, not a fighter. So then why do these people come into your life, or these people in your life leave you hurt and confused and doubting your self-worth? I need you to know that you haven't done anything wrong, and you know you haven't. Maybe you're an overthinker, but for the most part, you know that you give all the love you can give, all that you're capable of giving in any given moment. And so these people who have hurt you and betrayed you, and in the end they just leave you feeling hurt. And why were they so mean? Like, what did you do that made them just want to say harsh things or cut you off so coldly, like you mean so little? And I know, because I've been here multiple times, and I've circulated through this and analyzed it from different point of views, and I think an overall arching message which hit me just now, or not just now, but as I was driving, in which I feel I needed to share and get across, is it's not you, it's them. It's not you, it's them. And yeah, sure, okay, not everyone is aligned, not everyone is meant to be in your life forever. But do things really have to go sour? Do people really have to say the most out of left field things to you to fucking hurt you, to make you feel like shit, to make you question your self-worth? Do they really need to do that? No. Is it you? No. 9 times out of 10. if you're a sensitive soul, if you're everything that I said, if you're aware of yourself, if you're constantly doing the fucking work to be a boss ass queen and to get your shit together, comes a truckie and I gotta like stop recording. Oh. Then no, 9 times out of 10, it's not you, it's them. And the realization that hit me, that stood out to me, was it's easier for people who are hurting, like maybe they are, it is easier for people to cut you off in such a cold and callous way. It is easier in their eyes for them to hurt you and for you to be hurt because I had it, I need to get it again. I need to get it because it's there, but I just need to like find a way to articulate it as per usual. I just feel like it's easier for them to hurt you and for you to be suffering, because then that way they, one, feel like they have the upper hand, and two, they don't have to dwell on their own feelings as much. And I really feel like it's a way of them bypassing their own, in a sense, their own hurt. And so this, I guess maybe they're still gonna feel like a shit person. Okay, so if they leave you in the dust and they hurt you and they end things in a cold, callous way, one, know that they're hurting, and two, the thing is, I feel like the message that I'm being told is people do that because they would rather you be hurting, and they would rather act as if you're the problem so that they don't have to hurt and they don't have to process all of their own hurt and their own emotions. So they would rather project that onto you and make you feel like you're the shit person rather than reflecting on themselves. I really hope that makes sense. I don't know why I'm struggling to get this out. But yeah, so it's like they will cut you off coldly and say hurtful things and act like they don't care and make it out like you're the problem and force themselves to believe that you're the problem so that they don't have to feel the pain, so that they can just have an excuse of, yeah, nah, just, you know, you're just a shitty person, you're just that, you're just this, wasn't just you know, we didn't get along, whatever. It's just excuses for them to not have to feel that pain, and it makes it easier, I believe that it makes it easier for them to get over the situation and the whole process. It makes it easier for them because no one wants to go through the hard yards and the torment and the emotional processing of navigating through relationships, and then when they end or they go sour, no one likes to go through that. It's a part of the human experience though, and it's how we learn and how we grow. And so if you, like I've been on that receiving end many times, and you sit and each time, and then you work on yourself more and more, and then it's coming up still as a pattern, you go, okay, what is it? Like, what is wrong with me? Why am I not worthy? Why And like, if you place your self-worth on those things, because you are loving and you are giving, and it's not always in a desperate way, maybe sometimes if that comes up for you, but and then they end things so coldly with you, and so you're just thinking to yourself, like, what the hell? You're confused. You're like, what's the problem with me? And now you have to process that. You have to process them being an asshole to you, and like, you have to process, one, the relationship ending, and then you have to process the fact that they were just totally out of left field and just really mean. Yeah, so guys, I hope that makes sense. So I actually have a very recent example of that in my own life, and it correlates to a beautiful friendship that I had with, I would even go as far as saying he was my guy best friend for 8 years. There was a period in there for a couple years where we didn't talk because I was in a relationship with an insecure man and he didn't want me to have, that's a different story, it's irrelevant. But either way, this friend of mine, we'd been really close since the end of high school, and it was an 8-year friendship, and every time was beautiful. My perspective, we had a flowing, beautiful relationship. We always had fun together, we always got along, like there was never any dramas on my end. And out of nowhere, he has cut me off really coldly. Now, obviously, I don't know what's going on in his life, and I don't know what his perception on things are, but for one, I know that's bullshit. I just know it's bullshit, like, honestly, because the friendship we had was beautiful. Now, to sit there and cut me off as cold as ice, and to tell me, sorry, I just had a vehicle, to cut me off as cold as ice, and to tell me that, oh, I'm trying to remember, and there's another car coming past. They just love it. 333. Well, it's only 33 actually. Support. Number plate was 33. Support. Yeah, just know that you guys are supported through all these transitions. So I'm trying to remember. Yeah, out of the blue, he just said, to be honest, I'm gonna pull back. I don't think we were meant to be friends. And then I kind of was like, where is this coming from? Blah, 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 blah. And he just said, it just doesn't feel right, and I didn't think that we should drag it on anymore. So there was, one, no opportunity of a discussion of even knowing what he's going through. There was no room for us even to have a discussion of what is his perspective, what is happening, how can we work, how can we move forward. It was just like, he's decided, I'm going to end things with you, and that's okay. I don't force things. Yeah, it hurts, and I go through the emotions, and yeah, I have gone through the emotions, but I've gotten to a place where I can go through those emotions very fast. I can purge things and transition pretty quickly. And I can put myself above those emotions and look at them from those perspectives, because I just can. So no, I'm not going to force a friendship. If I'm not going to force another party, if they're saying that, and if that's what feels right for them, okay. So, but after 8 years of I'm starting to get annoyed at these. After 8 years of a beautiful friendship, don't worry, my titty is not coming out. I've got a little thing on. After 8 years of a beautiful friendship, and then to just have no room for a discussion and just to adamantly confirm that's it. There was no room for me to argue or anything. There was just, you're not in my life anymore, wasn't meant to be, we weren't even meant to be friends, doesn't feel right. So from my perspective, if I'm gonna be in all the emotions of that, that really hurts. That is hurtful, and I'm confused and I'm baffled and I'm like, how can you be so cold, right? And you have to understand that people project things based off what they're going through and how they feel. And I don't exactly know. I have my suspicions about a few things, but I'm not going to say that or project that. But the message that I got loud and clear is, well, why are people so cold? It's because it makes it easier for them to process and get over things. It makes it easier for them. Life is not supposed to be easy all the time. We're here for the human experience. We move through relationships and we get and we feel these things because we have to grow, to evolve. So why has he cut me off so coldly? Because it is easier for him to make up some scenario and be really cold. It is easier for the other party to get over and process the hurt. If you're anything like I had been in the past, you would literally sit there and go, what the hell? Like, why was he so cold? Why was he so mean? This is really hurtful. And then you have to process, one, getting over the relationship, two, being really hurt by how cold they were. It is a bypass of them to not feel the full spectrum of emotions. Honey, we gotta feel it. We gotta feel it. And people like myself, sensitive, intuitive, and probably too hypervigilant, if you grew up in a household that was based off irregularity of emotions and, like, you know, always being on edge, like, oh no, someone's upset. That's where that sensitivity comes from, in a sense. Let's not bypass those dynamics that we grew up in. But if you're anything like that, until you go through these experiences enough, you're literally going to sit there in your feels and go, what the hell? Why were they so mean? What did I do wrong? What is wrong with me? Honey, nothing is wrong with you. It's not you. It's them. They're not willing to sit and feel the full spectrum of those emotions. And maybe they feel other things they're processing. I'm not completely disregarding them as a human. Of course not. Of course they have their own processes, but it makes their process just that slight bit easier. If they just cut you off coldly, like you're the problem, like, you know, it just wasn't gonna work, and just being a little bit mean, it makes their process slightly easier. And that is what you have to understand. It's not you, it's them. So I don't really have any advice to top that off. I guess really I just needed to get that message across, because I think sometimes when you're caught up in it, you're so hurt and confused, and you're just like, why? Why? Well, here's your why. Here's a little bit of your why. And I think the more you understand that, the easier it is for you to process your emotions. You're not bypassing it like them. You're not projecting it. You know, I think in a sense we all do that, but just know Like, that's the message that I've received. Keep continuing to be a beautiful soul. Yeah, so just, keep doing you, my love. Keep continuing to want to grow and evolve. You are worth it. And in the end, it's going to be so, so worth it. Even during the journey, it's going to be so, so worth it. Continue to give the love that you seek. Continue to give the love that you deserve. Give it to yourself. Give it to others. Okay, that is all I have to say for now, my love. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or your evening or your night or wherever you are in the world. I hope this message was received well, and you took what resonates and left the rest behind. Above all, always listen to your intuition. Okay. I love you guys. Have a blessed day.